Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive today. And today we're going to be looking at JOC Capitalᴬⁱ. They're really making some waves in the world of finance with their, AI approach to wealth management.
Yeah, I mean, AI is such a buzzword these days.
Yeah.
But JOC Capitalᴬⁱ is putting it to work in a very interesting way, especially when you're talking about high net worth clients.
Right. It's not just about getting richer, though.
Right.
They're all about these three pillars: sustainability, prosperity, and security.
Yeah, and I think that's what sets them apart, right?
Yeah.
They're not just looking at short-term gains, like you were saying, but how to build a really secure financial future and doing it responsibly.
Yeah, thinking about the impact on the planet and society.
Exactly.
Now, this is interesting, too. They're not just focused on, the typical ultra-wealthy. They're trying to do something pretty unique, trying to work with the Chinese middle class and all the sort of financial anxieties that come with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity there, but also a lot of challenging.
Definitely. So that kind of shows their broader vision of reaching a wider audience with sophisticated wealth management.
Right, and I think to understand how they do that, we have to talk about their AI platform called JOC AI, JOC for short.
Okay, so let's break down JOC. What makes it so special?
Well, this is the brain of JOC Capitalᴬⁱ. It's taking in huge amounts of data to assess risk, find tax optimization opportunities. And then from that, it crafts personalized investment strategies.
It's like having a whole team of financial experts working for you 24/7.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Is this only for their super rich clients, though?
Well, actually, they've made a beta version of JOC available through apps like WhatsApp and WeChat, so anyone can kind of get a feel for AI financial advice.
So they're making those tools accessible.
Yeah, it's a very smart way to introduce people to it.
Definitely. Now, they also have this AI finance forum, right? What's that about?
Yeah, so that's a multi-tiered membership platform giving you different levels of access to their AI tools. You get exclusive content and even dedicated account managers.
So you get to be part of a community around AI wealth management.
Exactly. Yeah.
Smart. So let's get into the actual services they provide. They have a whole suite of services powered by JOC.
Yeah, they have 4 core services: AI risk assessment, tax optimization, personalized investment strategies, and a 247 client portal.
Okay, let's break those down. Let's start with risk assessment. How do they describe that?
Well, they say it's a way to gain a strategic advantage by identifying potential threats and opportunities to protect your assets.
So you're not just avoiding risky investments, you're looking at everything right.
Right. It's about making informed decisions, but based on, like you said, the entire picture.
Makes sense. Okay, what about tax optimization? I think everybody wants to save money on taxes.
Of course. Yeah. And they say they can minimize your tax liabilities and enhance your after-tax returns through sophisticated AI-enhanced tax planning strategies.
That sounds like something I need.
Yeah. I mean, who wants to pay more than they have to, right?
Yeah, but it's got to be legal, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get to the part everyone really wants to know about, the investment strategies.
Right.
How do they talk about this?
Well, their personalized investment strategies develop a customized investment portfolio powered by AI insights and aligned with your risk tolerance and financial goals to maximize long-term growth.
So they really are moving away from that one-size-fits-all approach, which makes sense.
Yeah, and that's where JOC really shines. JOC takes all those data points, your risk tolerance, your financial goals, tax situation, and puts together a portfolio just for you.
You can't really get that with traditional financial advisors.
Right.
Okay, and then the 247 client portal, what is that all about?
They have this platform where you can enjoy secure 247 access to your portfolio, performance reports, and dedicated JOC Capital advisors through our intuitive client portal.
So basically your personal finance command center.
Exactly. Yeah, you always know what's happening with your money.
You're not just left in the dark.
Right.
Okay, I'm curious about how they actually deliver this. They have this unique AI plus financial advisor model.
Yeah, so it's this really interesting blend of technology and human expertise.
So they're not trying to get rid of financial advisors altogether.
No, they're trying to empower them with AI.
I see.
And I think it's a much better way to deliver that personalized and efficient service.
Interesting. So leveraging AI to make the advisor better.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, they also have this semi-closed social model, which sounds kind of exclusive. What is that?
Well, they've built this, controlled environment for their clients to connect,
Okay.
like a private social network where they can share information and, learn from each other.
Ah, so they can control data and protect privacy.
Yeah, but it also builds a stronger sense of community.
Okay, so it's a personalized and secure experience,
Right.
but also builds that community.
Right, yeah.
It's interesting. But let's get back to that Chinese middle class. How are they dealing with their needs?
Well, this is where it gets very interesting because they are facing some unique challenges. Rising economic inequality and competition for education, pressure to support aging parents. And of course, they want to secure their own financial future.
Right, it's a lot to deal with.
It is. And so JOC Capital is developing targeted solutions. They're working on smart investment platforms with more accessible options for the Chinese middle class.
Okay, so a different approach for that market.
Yeah, one that understands their context.
What else are they doing?
They're working on education financing to help families afford their children's education and health management services for healthcare and elder care costs.
So they're really thinking about the whole picture of wealth management, right?
Right, not just financial goals, but those social and economic factors.
But does this actually work?
Well, they do have some impressive results. For example, Alexander Reed, he's a CFO, and he saw a 25% increase in his portfolio in the first year.
That's pretty good. He was already well off to begin with.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So they're combining this cutting-edge AI with an understanding of human needs. It seems like they're really making a difference here. What do you think is the most interesting part?
What I find fascinating is that they're not just using AI to make money. They're trying to solve real-world problems. I mean, they want to create a more sustainable and fair financial system.
I agree. And making these tools and services available to more people, that's pretty groundbreaking.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes you wonder if this could be the future of finance for everyone.
Yeah, it really makes you think, right? I mean, could AI help everybody with their finances, not just the wealthy?
It's a very cool thought.
Yeah.
Imagine having your own AI financial advisor to help with all the complicated stuff.
Right, and that seems to be what JOC Capital is going for.
Yeah.
And their focus on the Chinese middle class is a perfect example. They're not just copying their services, they're coming up with completely new ones for that market.
Right. We talked about those smart investment platforms and education financing solutions. What makes those so different?
Well, a lot of investment platforms have a high barrier to entry. You need a lot of money to get started, or you need to know a lot about finance. JOC Capital's platforms are made to be easier to use, and they're specifically made for the Chinese middle class.
So they're making it easier for people to invest, even if they don't have a lot of experience.
Right, exactly.
What about education financing? What are they doing there?
Well, they're taking on a big problem in China, the rising cost of education. They want to help families afford good education for their kids without having to, sacrifice everything or go into huge debt.
That's a big deal because education is so important there. It's seen as the way to a better future.
Exactly. And it's not just about making it cheaper.
Right.
They're also giving families tools and guidance to make the best choices for their kids' education.
Yeah, so it's like a whole support system around education.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, let's not forget about elder care. How are they dealing with the costs of that?
That's another growing concern for the middle class. JOC Capital is trying out a bunch of health management services to make those costs easier to handle.
Like what specifically? What would those look like?
Well, they're looking into things like AI health insurance platforms that could, figure out personalized coverage and premiums.
Oh.
They're also thinking about working with healthcare providers to offer cheaper services and telemedicine options.
So they're using AI to tackle those rising healthcare costs.
Yeah.
It's really cool how they're trying to make a difference there.
Yeah, it goes back to their whole mission of, sustainability, prosperity, and security. They want to build a better society.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about their technology, but let's go back to their AI plus financial advisor model. Why do they think it's so important to use both technology and humans?
Because finance is all about people in the end, right? AI can't replace the human touch, It can't understand people's hopes and fears, build that trust that you get from another person.
So technology can crunch the numbers, but it's people who make the decisions.
Right, and that's why they're giving their financial advisors all these great AI tools. The AI is supposed to make the advisors better, not replace them.
Yeah, it's like they work together. AI gives the information, and humans provide the guidance.
Yeah.
Now that semi-closed social model, that's pretty intriguing, but it also makes you wonder.
Yeah, it's definitely different. By keeping things controlled, they can really make data security and privacy top priorities. That's really important these days.
Right, but could this also exclude certain groups of people?
That's a good point, and it's something they need to think carefully about as they grow. They need to make sure their platform is welcoming to all kinds of people and that everyone feels like they belong.
So it's a balance between creating a safe space and making sure everyone feels welcome and included.
Exactly.
It sounds like a challenge.
It is, but it could be a great way to teach people about finances, build a community, and, help people take charge of their money.
It'll be interesting to see how it works out. Now, we talked about their technology and business model, but what about their commitment to sustainability? How are they putting that into practice?
They're trying to do it in a lot of ways.
Okay.
They're using green technology in their offices, encouraging their clients to invest sustainably, and also, helping the middle class with those financial worries that are often tied to the environment.
Right, like helping families with the cost of energy and, climate change.
Exactly. They're thinking about the big picture and how to make things better for everyone.
How are they getting their clients to invest sustainably?
Well, they're pushing them to consider ESG factors in their investments.
ESG?
Yeah, environmental, social, and governance. They offer a lot of ESG investment products, and they give their clients educational resources to teach them about it.
So they're not just managing money, they're doing it responsibly.
Yeah, and it shows that things are changing. More and more investors are realizing that sustainability is good for business, and JOC Capitalᴬⁱ is leading the way, showing you can make money and do good for the world at the same time.
It's great to see a company like that. Now, about their global presence, they have offices in Canada, UAE, and Japan. What's the strategy there?
Well, they want to bring in talented people from different places, reach new markets, and really understand how finance works around the world.
So they're building a global network.
Exactly. And it seems to be working. Their clients all over the world really like it.
That's great.
It's something we need more of in finance.
Definitely. JOC Capitalᴬⁱ is really pushing the limits. They're not just following the trends, they're making them.
That's a great way to put it.
They're a company to watch.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really curious to see what they do next.
This has been a really fascinating look at JOC Capitalᴬⁱ. We've covered a lot, their AI, their social responsibility, their global vision. But before we go, I'd like to get your thoughts on what they could mean for finance in the long run. What kind of changes could they bring about?
I think JOC Capitalᴬⁱ is like a whole new way of looking at wealth management. They're moving away from that old model of just working with the super rich, and they're making it so everyone can take control of their financial future.
So it's like they're giving everyone access to those sophisticated tools.
Exactly. And they're doing it responsibly, thinking about society, the environment, the whole picture. I think this could really change the whole industry. Maybe other companies will start doing the same.
It's like setting a new standard for everyone.
Right. And AI is a big part of that. By using AI to do a lot of the hard work, they can offer their services to more people and at a lower cost.
Makes sense.
I mean, this could really shake things up in the financial world. Imagine if everyone could have their own personal financial advisor that's actually affordable.
That's a really interesting thought. But what kind of challenges will they face as they try to grow and reach more people?
I think one of the big ones is how to keep that personal touch as they get bigger.
Okay.
It's easy to forget about the individual when you're dealing with so much data and clients all over the world.
Yeah, you don't want the technology to make things feel impersonal.
Right. Clients need to feel like they matter, that someone's listening to them, even if it's mostly AI they're interacting with.
That makes sense.
And then there's the problem of bias in the algorithms. AI is only as good as the data you put into it, so if the data is biased, the AI will be biased too.
So they have to make sure their AI is making fair decisions.
Exactly. And then there's all the regulations around AI in finance. Governments are still trying to figure out how to regulate this technology, so JOC Capitalᴬⁱ will have to stay flexible and adapt to the changing rules.
So a lot to think about.
Yeah, it is, but I think they have a strong base and a good vision for what they want to do.
They do. And it seems like they're willing to take risks and try new things, which is great.
Definitely. It's not just about following the trends, it's about making new ones.
Absolutely. So for our listener out there, what's the big takeaway here? What should they be thinking about after learning all about JOC Capitalᴬⁱ?
I think the main thing to remember is that technology is changing the world of finance, and it has the potential to make things better for everyone. It can make financial well-being more accessible, more inclusive, and more sustainable.
So it's a really exciting time to be paying attention to finance, even if you're not a millionaire.
Exactly. JOC Capital AI is just one example. There are a lot of companies out there using technology to make things better and create a better financial future for all of us.
So definitely keep an eye on JOC Capital AI and see what they do next. And while you're at it, why not try out their Coca Beta?
Yeah, good idea.
It's a chance to see what the future of finance could look like, and it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll be back next time with another exciting look at the companies and ideas that are changing our world. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep asking questions.